emotions that I have certainly experienced myself, and I'm going to guess that most of you have experienced as well. And the theme for the thing is how do we pay ourselves through crisis when crisis hits. And you hear this in Psalm this morning. I'm going to read it again, and I want you to listen for the emotion that the psalmist is experiencing. My translation is a little different. I'm reading RSV, but it's pretty simple. How long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? How will you hide your face from me? How long must I bear pain in my soul, have sorrow in my heart all day long? How long shall you be exalted over me? Consider and answer me, O Lord my God. Give light to my eyes. I will sleep the sleep of death. My enemy will say, I have prevailed. My foes will rejoice because I am shaken. But in your steadfast love, my heart shall rejoice in your salvation. I will sing to the Lord because he has dealt bountifully with me. Do you hear the emotion of the psalmist in there? He's not happy, is he? And we've had moments like this. I call these driveway prayers. Because I remember the first time someone speaking and really sharing about how they felt this way. I was at a conference it was a large mega church. If I were to name the church, many of you probably be familiar with it. And a gentleman that was speaking had led a successful career in business and felt a call to ministry and had been working in youth ministry. And he had led a large retreat, and right before the retreat, he had gone to see his doctor visit from this youth retreat. And one day he got a call from his doctor, and the doctor told him that he had cancer. And he went out in his driveway, shaking his fist at God, and he's like, "How can you do this to me, God? I mean, my business world, and I've answered your call, and I've been in ministry, and I'm sharing the news with people, and not only that, with youth. I mean, God, I just spent a whole 1,000 youth, and this is what you do to me." And he's raging at God, and then it started him. So I call these driveway prayers, because I can always picture that guy standing there in his driveway, shaking his fist at God. We've all had moments. Someone we care about has died suddenly. Maybe you or somebody that got that phone call or had that and found out that they had cancer. Maybe you lost a job suddenly and it plunged you into financial crisis. Crisis hits us in different ways. I grew up in Savannah and have fond of being on the coast, and I remember specifically being at the beach and being in the surf as a kid, and sometimes not paying attention, and a wave just comes crashing over you, and it just knocks you tumbling. You don't know which way is up and which way is down, and you're just trying to catch your breath and get reoriented. Sometimes that's how crisis hits us, suddenly and overwhelmingly. I also have memories of going out in the boat with some of my friends. My friends had boats, and we would crab and fish and shrimp, and what you do when you live on the coast. But if you have ever had a boat, you learn real quick. It always work when you want it to. And sometimes we'd be out there, doing our thing, and it'd be time to go home, and maybe it's getting dark, and the boat wouldn't start. If you ever want to know what to have a boat, here's your tip. Stand under a cold shower and tear up $100 bills. So we would be out there, and if the tide was going out, that was a problem. Because it didn't matter how hard we paddled or hoped or tried, that current would carry us out to sea. And sometimes that's how it hits us. It is a force pulling us in a direction that we do not want to go. And there's not much about it. Now, as a hospital chaplain, I see this all the time. I've seen way too many youth in ATV accidents, usually because they wear a helmet. Teenagers, families. Remember a gentleman who had retired. He'd worked for this business for 4 years. He had retired and going to start playing some golf. He was going to get himself in shape because he knew he needed to lose a little bit. And he literally had a heart attack the day after he retired, and he did not. His family devastated. I can't even begin to about the many COVID deaths that we saw during the pandemic. Sometimes folks are facing amputation, and it's not something but they need it to stay alive, and it's like that their life is being drawn in a direction absolutely would not choose, and there's nothing they can do about it.